Hey cupcakes, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today, y'all, because it's basically like the Grammys for the bookish world. It is Goodreads Choice Awards time. Or not awards, but nominations. Y'all know what I mean. If you're new to the book community or you're just confused on what this Goodreads Choice Awards is, Goodreads is a website or an app where people that read books use it to not only track their books, or their TBRs, but they use it to rate books, look at other people's reviews, see what their friends, family, or, content creators are reading. You can see like what they're reading, what they've read in the past, what they're enjoying, kind of their progress within the books. And since 2009, they have been doing a Goodreads Choice Awards where the users then at the end of the year get to vote on books that they believe were the best of that genre. Each book is put into a genre category depending on the genre that it best fits. And each year it is like the craziest part of the bookish communities. I can't even explain it. I don't know if this is what the Grammys feels like when you see that you're nominated for a Grammy, but it's such a great feeling when you see that an author or a book that you enjoyed gets nominated for this award. It's just like the Olympics for books. There are so many categories. I can't speak to all of the categories. I do not read all of the categories, so that wouldn't be fair. I can only attest to mostly romance because, as y'all know, I'm mostly a romance reader. I did dabble in the thrillers a little bit this year, so I am going to take a peek at those. But I'm going to show you my reading stats right here. I did a pretty good job at reading romance. So I read 8 mystery books, 39 romances, and 15 thrillers. So in terms of mystery and thriller, I think they're the same category. I am not going to speak on too much of thriller. I do have a few predictions that I think made the list, but I made predictions for the romance because I am a romance reader, and well, we'll talk about that at the end. We're going to get in the nitty gritty at the end, but let me tell you all what I think is going to get nominated. Again, there are 20 books that get chosen. I didn't know this. There is certain criteria that they must make. They have to be at least a 3.5 or above. So any book that is rated less than a 3.5 cannot get nominated. And then it must be between November 16th of 2022 to around November 13th to November 14th, 2023 of this year. I don't know when exactly they announced the nominees, but around that time is when the cutoff is. Now, I know a lot of you may be thinking, if you saw my last video, Raven, how are you going to tell us what is going to be nominated, what the best books are, if you haven't even read the most popular books this year? And I'm going to tell you how. Because Goodreads is a popularity contest, baby. And it's not hard. Okay? I mean, truly, it is not hard to probably figure out a majority of these books. Out of 20, I think I could probably get 10 of them right. We're going to see. We're going to see if I could at least get 50%. But I wrote them all down because I want to make sure I explain it to y'all. But I'm going to tell you all exactly why I chose these 20 on the list. Now, I did have a few curveballs because I like them. So I don't know if those books are really going to be on there, but we're going to see. So let's go ahead and dive into this Romance 2023 and see how many of them I can get correct. All right, so first up, my first guess is Happy Place by Emily Henry. This had a 4.07 rating, and Emily Henry actually won last year. So, I mean, I feel like Emily Henry is one of those authors that you hear about all the time. All of her books are very, very, popular in terms of the bookish community. You see them all over Bookstagram. You see them all over Book Talk, all of those things. She's definitely going to be on this list. Next, I do have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I can guarantee you she's going to be on this list. She got a rating of a 4.18. And Ali Hazelwood, again, because of Love Hypothesis and the second one and the hype around her, like her books are so good. She is a very popular author. She's been on the Goodreads Choice Awards, I think every single time, or she's been nominated every single time that she puts out a book. Her last one was on the 2022 one, so I can guarantee you she's going to be on this 2023 one, honey. Now, talking about Tessa Bailey and Secretly Yours, I know what y'all are thinking. A 3.32, that ain't going to put her on the list. But let me tell you something about Miss Tessa Bailey. She be writing multiple books. So, Unfortunately Yours got way more hype than Secretly Yours. And I will say, I think she even pushed Unfortunately Yours way more than Secretly Yours. And I think she thought that it was better too. That got a 3.88. I guarantee you it's on this list. They love Tessa Bailey, boy. Love her. And she was also on 2022's nominees last year. She on this list. Next up, we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. And that actually got a 4.35 rating. And not only that, everybody loves Abby Jimenez. That book got so much hype. And not only that, a lot of these books, I'm just saying, a lot of the books on Good Choice, it's not surprising that a lot of them that are nominated are also usually picked for Book of the Month. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And she was nominated last year, so I guarantee you Yours Truly will probably be on that list. Next up, we have Things We Never Hide from the Light and Things We Left Behind. Now, Lucy Score, she's just like Tessa Bailey. She brought out 2 books. Okay? Now, Things We Hide from the Light, 4.11. And then Things We Left Behind was a 4.47. I guarantee you at least one of those are going to be on that list. People love them. People love that series. And I truly believe she's going to be on that list because you see those books all the time. And people could not wait for that third one. So I know she's going to be on that list off of the fact that people love that series alone. Next up, we have Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. That was a 4.06 for a rating. I will say Sarah Adams hasn't been nominated in 2022, so she's not a returning author, but her books are fairly cute and they're fairly liked. That series is always very talked about in the bookish community if you like closed door romance or just cute rom-coms in general. And I think this book did enough to put her on the list this year, so I'm expecting to see her at least in the top 20. The next one, The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. It got a 3.92 rating. But I'm not going to lie, y'all. That was one of my favorite books of the year. So I'm going to see if she can make it on this list. I love Lynn Painter, okay? So I want her to be on that list. So I'm going to throw that out there. It may not be on there, but I hope it's on there, okay? I can see it, Lynn Painter, because that book was good. So I hope, but that's just one I'm throwing out there. I don't know if she did enough, but to me, she did enough because I love that book. Next up, we have The True Love Experiment with a rating of 4.18. Now, y'all know everybody loves Christina Lauren. If you think Christina Lauren isn't going to be on this list, y'all are crazy. Now, what I will say, what I do want to talk about is the fact that to me, Love Theoretically and The True Love Experiment did not get that much hype this year. I will say, I really didn't see much buzz about them after they kind of came out. I think that and I'm just saying because I have not read them. So I'm going to read them later this year. And I'm going to say whether I do believe they deserve to be on this list or not from my point of view. And please understand everybody's perspective and everybody's taste is different. I just feel like some of these authors, off of their popularity alone, they're going to be on this list. Like Christina Lauren, I love them. They're amazing. And I truly feel like they have what it takes and they have that fan base to be able to just pull off of their name alone, off of their other titles alone to be on this list. So I guarantee you they're going to be on there. The other one that I would just love to see on there because I loved it is X's and O's by Amy Lee. This was a 3.77 rating and I thought it was just such a cute book. I mean, it came out at the perfect time, kind of around Valentine's Day. It was just such a cute read. I loved it. I would love to see it on this list. Next up, we have Elsie Silver. Now, y'all know The Chestnut Spring series. I have it back there. I have not read it yet, but let me tell y'all something. That is a series you constantly are hearing about. Now, she came out with Powerless and Reckless this year. At least one of them are going to be on this list. I guarantee you one of them is going to be on this list. Because Elsie Silver, like, they love her. She can do no wrong. And those books did very well. So I guarantee you she's going to be on that list. Next nominee is one that I love. She is so sweet. Catherine Center. Last year she was nominated for The Bodyguard. And I mean, that book was so good. And I truly believe that it helped Catherine Center kind of like get more on the map. It made her audience more broad, not only because it was given to, or is given as a book of the month option, but also like readers like me who were not aware of her work, like we read that and then we wanted to read even more of hers. She also had a really big year this year because she had one of her books be picked up from Netflix, and that came out as a movie. Book Hello Stranger make an appearance as a nominee. It got an overall 4 rating, and I guarantee you it's going to be on that list. Up, I have The Long Game by Elena Armez, and we have a 3.69 rating. Now, while I have not read this book just yet, it is right there on my shelf. This book got so much buzz. I mean, people really loved this book. So she really got hyped from the Spanish Love Deception, so people could not wait to see what else that she produced. I've seen so many good ratings about this book. People really enjoyed it. So I'm really intrigued to see if it's going to be on this list. I have a feeling that it is going to be, just because of how much it was popping up. But a 3.69 is a little low. But I'm going to say that it's going to be on this list. Next up, we have another author that is not a returner. So, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, 4.3 rating. I mean, this book was everywhere. I mean, everybody is talking about it. It's getting so much buzz. And as the year goes on, I swear I keep hearing more and more about it, which makes people more intrigued and want to check it out. So I really, truly believe that this book is going to be on this list. It's been getting a lot of hype. People are enjoying it. I guarantee you it's going to be on there. And then an honorary for me that I think is going to be on this list, just again because I keep hearing so much about it, but I don't really know, is Julie Soto's Forget Me Not. It got a 4.07 rating. I, at the beginning of the year, was seeing and hearing a lot about it. I'm not that confident about this one, though, only because I don't know if it did enough to make it. I know it was very popular, but I don't know if it exactly made that top 20. So that is another curveball for me. I would love to see it up there just because I love, Berkeley books, and I truly believe, this author, she did a great job. A 4 rating is so hard to get, and she was able to get it. So I hope to see her on this list. I have 2 more books. I have one book, another curveball, which is The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. This book got a 3.76 rating, but I mean, everybody loved it. It was just a great book. I keep hearing wonderful things about it. I don't know if it did enough to make it on this list, but I would love to get some color on this list. I'm just saying. So I would love to see this on our list this year. And then the last one is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. That book got a 3.72 rating. And Carly Fortune was nominated last year as well for Every Summer After. So I guarantee you she's probably going to be on this list again. I forgot about these ones because I ran out of room, so I had to finagle it. So my last 2, I definitely think are both going to be on this list. They both have been on there before. So King of Pride, which is Anna Huang, 3.99 rating. That series, The King of Pride, is the second book in that series. And then Final Offer by Lauren Asher got a 4.27. And Lauren Asher, I mean, everybody loves that Billionaire series. So I guarantee you she's going to be on there. What I am intrigued about is if her new book came out in enough time to get on there as well. I don't know the cutoff exactly. So she may have 2 books on here, but I do think Lauren Asher is going to be on here at least one time. So yeah, those are my 2023 nominee picks. I believe that I can at least get 50% of those right. Now for thrillers, I didn't read that many thrillers. So I can't say what the 20 nominees are going to be, but I have a few guesses. So for my thriller nominations, I have Frida McFadden. I know that nobody was hyped up on TikTok more than Frida McFadden, okay? So she's going to have at least 1 or 2 books on there. Guaranteed 1 or 2 books for Frida McFadden. Also, I believe she was already on there last year. I might be wrong on that. Nominee that I think is going to be on this list, the girlies love, okay? They can't get enough of Riley Sager. Riley Sager came out with the only one left that got a 4.16 rating, and so I can guarantee you he's going to be on this list, okay? They was waiting for him to return. His last 2 books, they weren't really feeling, but this one, I think his fan base was just really excited that this book was better than his other one, so, you know, that kind of hiked it up a little bit, but I guarantee he's going to be on this list. The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I think that this book is going to be on there. It got a 3.77 rating. But, I mean, everybody was talking about this book. You could not hear about this book on BookTube. Like, everybody was talking about it. So, I think it's going to be on that list. And then Lisa Jewell's None of This Is True got a 4.2 rating. And not only that, but she's a returner nominee. Like, I think she's going to be on there. She may take that whole category. Lisa Jewell, she might take that. I think it's going to be between her and Riley. I don't know. Frida might give them a run for their money. It's going to be tight. But all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and check out and see what made it on the list that we nominated. Let's see how many we can get right. All right, y'all, it's time. I have my computer here, so let's go ahead and check it out. I'm so excited. I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm acting like this, like, I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I don't know. It's just so hype and so exciting, like, to see what books actually made it. And then just seeing what kind of books you can vote for. So their categories did change. We have fiction, historical fiction, mystery and thriller, romance, romantasy, which is new. I'm not shocked about that. Romantasy, which is romance and fantasy. I mean, it popped off, and it's been popping off the last few years, but y'all know why they say that they made that. They want to give Fourth Wing a category. That's what the T is. I ain't read Fourth Wing, okay? So I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But fantasy, science fiction, horror, young adult fantasy, young adult fiction, debut novel, nonfiction, memoir and autobiography, history and biography, and humor. They did get rid of 2 categories, which was middle grade, I think, and poetry for some reason. So they added 1 and took 2 categories away. I can already see a few, and we're going to check off as we go. So in terms of best romance, we have Pucking Around by Emily Rath, which is very interesting. I have this book actually right here ready to read. It's a thick one. So I'm actually really intrigued. That wasn't on my radar. I don't know. So I didn't get that one. The Long Game is on here. Powerless is on here. Emily Henry is on here. So that is 3. Good start. Like we're off to a good start. We already got 3 in the first top row. All right, let's go to the second row. Oh my God. I'm an idiot. Hannah Grace. I should have easily guessed her. Obviously, she would be on here because Icebreaker was so popular. I cannot believe I forgot Hannah Grace. Of course, like with all the hype that she got from last year, she would be on this list. Like Icebreaker was one of the hottest books and people could not stop talking about it. So I definitely should have guessed that. That is my bad. And she has actually a new book that's coming out next year. So I guarantee you she's going to be nominated again. We also have Lauren Asher, Final Offer. So that's another one for me. A long time coming from Megan Quinn. Didn't see that coming. That's on my TBR, but I don't physically have it. I did want to say I have Pucking Around. I have The Long Game. I have Powerless. I have Emily Henry's book. I have Wildfire. I have Final Offer. I don't have A Long Time Coming, but I can get it. And then You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I've never heard of that one. I think that was on Book of the Month, maybe. So I'm definitely going to have to check that out. If people really liked it that much, I'm intrigued. So far, we're doing pretty good. Lauren Asher does count, y'all. So we're going to the third row, and we have 4. So let's see what else. All right, so we have The 7-Year Slip. So I did get that one right. King of Pride, another one. Things We Hide from the Light, another one right. And Meet Me at the Lake. So I got all of those correct. So that's 4 more. So that's 6. So I'm on a roll. All right, next up we have In the Likely Event. I've never heard of that, but it's by Rebecca Yarros, which is the same author, if I'm not mistaken, as Fourth Wing. So that's interesting. Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. I'm not shocked. People loved that one. And I won't be shocked if Caught Up. Actually, I don't know if Caught Up will be on this year or next year. But she has a 4th one coming out. So that may get nominated as well next year. And then we do have Christina Lauren, The True Love Experiment, and Catherine Center both on here. So that's 2 more for us. And the last 4, we have Abby Jimenez's Yours Truly, Practice Makes Perfect, romantic comedy, which I did hear about. I didn't know that people really liked it like that. But again, it was on Book of the Month, I believe, for an add-on, or maybe it was a permanent book. But it was on Book of the Month. And then Love Theoretically from Allie Hazelwood. So let me count up how many I got right out of that 20. I think I did pretty good. I at least want to get 50%. I am a little shocked that Tessa Bailey isn't on there. But her books, I think, kind of missed the mark with her audience this year. She'll definitely do better next time. And then The Love Wager and X's and O's, unfortunately, didn't make it on there. I love those books. I mean, they hold a special place in my heart for this year. And I was sad to see Forget Me Not and The Neighbor Favorite didn't make it on this list as well. I'm going to say it's a tough category. You're going against, like, some banging authors. And a lot of them can come out with content, like, back-to-back. Let's not lie. Like, it's hard out here. Like, you're going against the best of the best. So even if they miss the mark this year, we can only hope that they do better next year. And, you know, with these books, they can only get better and better. They can see kind of where they missed the mark this time, make those changes, and get on there next time. So let's go ahead and see what was on the thrillers. Like I said, I have a few nominations that I think are going to be on there, but I don't really know. So we'll see. All right, so first up, I don't know. I only know one of these books. I do know Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. She wrote the A for Aunties, I believe. I believe that was her. And then Happiness Falls by Angie Kim. I do remember that cover, but I did not read that. The Villa made it on here. I have read The Villa. It was okay. What Lies in the Woods, also okay. I can't believe that book is on this list. I'm not going to lie. Now, if y'all loved it, that's on y'all, but it didn't do nothing for me, really. Lisa Jewell, like I said, she is on there, so I got that correct. Bright Young Women, I forgot about that book. Oh my gosh. I want to read that book. I want to read Bright Young Women. I have it on my shelves. I actually just bought it not that long ago. I'm so excited to read it. I cannot believe I forgot about that book. Riley Sager is on here. There's a Frida McFadden on here. I told y'all. Karen Slaughter. I didn't know she wrote one. I haven't really checked out her books yet. Y'all, Frida McFadden got 2 books up here. Now she being greedy. All the Dangerous Things. Oh, Alex Feeney. I forgot about her book. And I love... Alex Feeney be getting hyped up, y'all. People love her. So if I would have remembered, and I meant to pick this book up. I actually haven't picked it up just yet. But I know people love her books. So all of my predictions were on there except for The Last Word. I cannot believe that didn't make it on there. Everybody's been talking about that. Very interesting. Well, 3 out of 4 is not bad for a genre that I'm just now getting into, so I'll take it. All right, closing thoughts. First of all, if you have books that are on there and you're so thrilled and all of that, I'm so happy for you. If you don't have any books on there from either of those categories that you enjoy, or any categories at all, please don't take it to heart. Like, please understand, like, everything that I'm saying, everything that these people are saying, everything is subjective. Regardless of if your author made it on there or if your book made it on there, if you're an author, like, who cares? Like, to me, this doesn't mean anything. There are so many books that I read this year that don't have a chance of making on this list just because they're like indie authors, or, you know, they're not as popular or hyped up on any social media or anything like that. It truly is a popularity contest, unfortunately. Some of these authors, like, yes, they create good content and good books, but it also depends on the best representation you have for your book. So if you can get that publicity and those content creators and those social medias and TikToks and everything talking about your book, you have a better chance of, you know, going viral. And I mean, to me, like, I am easily influenced. Like, all of these books I have not read, but I get them because of people like myself on Bookstagram or BookTube. Like, they hype it up and you get so excited, and, you know, we help create that influence. So I do feel bad for, you know, authors that may not get those same opportunities. But that's why I kind of take my job, or not kind of, but that's why I take my job so seriously, in terms of making sure that I give out honest reviews and put out content and read from various authors of different ethnicities and different genres, or at least I'm trying to, for the different genres. If anything, this shows like how important it is, like, to create bookish content and, you know, to get these authors' names out here. And if you love a book, no matter if somebody else loves it or not, like, tell everybody. You may intrigue somebody else to read it, and you may get that author's name out a little bit more, and all of these things. Like, it's so important. One thing I do wish is that, well, two things, and you don't have to agree with me, understand. I do wish that there were a few things a little bit different. I do wish that if it was a series, I think there should be a different category for series, like best, you know, second book in it. I don't know the proper terminology, y'all. I'm getting tired. I just got off work. But best second in a romance series, like, you know, best trilogy in a romance, like something. Like, I think it's crazy that some of these authors have 2 books in a category. And, you know, I don't think they should be penalized for being able to produce that many books or put out that many books, you know, at one time in 1 year or whatever. But it sucks that they're taking a spot from maybe the next person that maybe just missed the cutoff or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it is a popularity contest, and it's crazy. And I'm not saying that these people don't deserve to be on there, because clearly they do. Like, they're making a lasting impact on their readers. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain how I feel. If you all have any feelings about the list this year, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sad that they took away they did take away the manga category as well. So yeah, y'all, I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of rambling. I'm tired. I don't even know if I made sense, but tell me your thoughts on all of these books. Did you guess any of the books on the nomination list? I think that I did a pretty good job. Some of them I was shocked by. A lot of them I wasn't. These authors work really hard. They deserve to be on there. Even if you're not on there, it's so hard to write a good book. Putting any book out there for it to be reviewed or criticized or anything is amazing. Like, it takes such hard work. And you should be proud of yourself if you were able to do that. You should be proud of yourself if your name even came close to this list. You should be proud if you made on this list. all authors should be proud, you know, to create this content that everybody loves, and give it up to us as content creators that help influence, you know, so many people to go out there and check out these books. And next year, that's one of my goals, is to read more diverse books, read different genres, get maybe smaller names out there. I don't like to read all the hyped up books. I like to read what I want. I'm a mood reader. And next year, I'm definitely going to do that as well. We got to get these smaller names out here. We got to get these Black authors' names out here. So, all right, y'all. That's all I have today because I'm rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I think I'm crazy. Yeah, I've been craving. If I put it quite plain.